Okay, sorry, I'm not sure what happened over there. So we will start this new piece of Gemara again. Okay, we're on Gimel Amud Beis, Tanu Rabbanan. Okay, we're 5 lines from the bottom. Tanu Rabbanan, Ezu Shaita. Here we go. Tanu Rabbanan, Ezu Shaita. Who's considered a Shaita? Yachad Yechid Balayla. If someone goes out at night. And if someone is staying in the Beis Hakfaris, Rashi says also Balayla. That's referring to at night. Bamakare, as Ksuse, someone who rips his clothing, goes around tearing his clothing. These 3 things is considered someone who is a Meshugana, who is crazy. Itmar, we learned Rav Huna says you're only considered Meshugana Shaita if you do all 3 things at once. If you do all 3, if you rip your clothing and you go to a Beis Hakfaris at night and you walk around by yourself at night in the streets, then you're called a Shota. Rav Yochanan Amar, no. Rav Yochanan says Afilu be'achas mehen, even if you only do one of them, that's enough to make you a Shota. Wait a second, what's going on here? Hey, Chidami, what are we talking about? What are we dealing with? If he's doing it in a crazy way, meaning when he's doing it, he mamish looks like a meshugana. So even if he does one of them, it should be enough to go ahead and make him meshugana because he's doing it with derech shtus. If Yitaka looks like a normal person, he's going out at night or whatever it is, he has to go to Beis Hakfaris for some reason. He has to rip his clothing because he thinks he could fix it, or he needs some of the cloth. So if it's not a derech shtus, afilu kulunami, even if he does all 3 of them, as long as all 3 of them he's doing not a derech shtus, so he should not be considered a shaita. What is this machlokas over here? You have to do one of them to be a shota or all 3? Says the Gemara, really, I'll tell you. Really, it does look like he's doing derech shtus, but each one of them he has excuse. Why? We're gonna go through them. If someone is going into the cemetery, you're going to say, Amar, he's doing this kadesha tishra Allah ruach hatama. He's doing this in order he wants to go ahead and get the ruach hatama, get one of the mason over there to go ahead and give him some kochos. So it looks like he's a little crazy. He's talking to dead people, but I see dead people. But he's doing it for a reason. He's doing it because he wants to go ahead and get the ruach hatama. Hudakavid. Vayod say yechidi belayla, and if someone goes out at night, also I'll tell you, Amar gadrafifis achadei. Yeah, he had this certain sickness like an anxiety. Rashi says it's a chayli anishamati. If you look at Rashi la'olam, the end of the Rashi, anishamati chayli ha'oichiz mitoich daiga. It's like a certain anxiety that takes you over. And Rashi says it means that he's going out at night because he needs ear because he got some type of fever. But either way, it looks like it's a derech shtus, but you go ahead and say that there's a specific reason over here. If Makari is ksuse, and someone who's Makari he rips his clothing, Amar b'machshavasu, I would go ahead and say that he's doing it because he's in some type of meditative state. He's a b'machshavas over here, and therefore he didn't chap what he was doing. He got so lost in thought. They say over there's a Rebbe in Chaim Berlin sometimes used to come in holding a garbage bag because he took it all the way from his house and used to bring it all the way into yeshiva. He brought it into the classroom one time and he forgot to throw out the garbage. He was so lost in the taisvus, yeah? So when someone's so lost in thought, he doesn't know what he's doing, and that's why he's ripping his clothing. However, kiva davinu kulu. Once you go ahead and you do all of them, have a kimi shenagach shar chamar v'gamal. Right? The Gemara tells us we know that when you gore once, you come a tam, which means you pay chatzi nezek. It's considered not normal. What do you have to do in order to become a muad? You have to do something 3 times. Let's say a shar gores another shar, a gores a chamar, a donkey, and a gores a camel. Do we say that it becomes a muad for each of them? Or do we say it's not a muad because you didn't do one thing 3 times? Says the Gemara, v'nasa muad l'chol. You become a muad for all of them. Why? Because you did one here, one there. That shows that you are a goring ox. So too over here. Once you went ahead and you did all 3 different things, now we say that's it. You have a chazaka that you're a muad. If you look at the bottom text on Gimel Amud Beis, he says, "Kiva devinu l'kulu nasa kamisha nagach umechad b'shlosha zimna lo ischazek." If you do one of them 3 times, let's say he goes out 3 times in a row in that night, that's not enough to go ahead and make you a shaita, because then we'll say he's a bal machshavos. So we'll say each thing happened 3 times. I mean, it could be you lost your thought 3 times by tearing your clothing. But when you do it 3 different times, we're not going to go ahead and give you so much of a benefit of the doubt that 3 different things, mamish, you came up with the same svaras that the Gemara said. You're bal machshavos, and you're going to get the spirit, and you lost your das. No. Therefore, once you do all three, you become like a muid, and now you are Dunsky. Amar Papa. Do we go ahead and say that Rav Huna heard of the following? Remember, Rav Huna was the one who said you have to kuma vas achas. What's our question? Zakte Heli Gemara. Ezu shaita. B'Yatani we learned in the Brisa. Ezu shaita. Who is considered a shaita? It's something that you give to someone and he just loses it. He doesn't have a value. Everything you give him, he just messes it up. Yeah, and if you would have heard this, do we say that Rav Huna would have had charata? Meaning, do we say you said all three things? That's the only way to make you a shota. But here we have a brisa. If you give something to someone, you give him a Rolex, and he throws it out in the garbage, and we see he doesn't have any das. So therefore, that makes you a shota. If Rav Huna would have heard this, would he have charata or not? Right? What was the whole test for Moshe Rabbeinu? They give him a coal and they give him gold. And they want to say which one is he going to go ahead and go after? Because when you understand the value of gold, that shows that you have das. Says the Gemara, Ibayalahu. Let's try to. I want to ask you a question. There's a question. Ki have hadarbe. Do we say, right? Rav Papa's statement again was that if he would, it was a statement, not a question. If Rav Huna would have heard this, he would have had charata. Ishmael, if he would have done the evidence brisa, he would have said that's enough. The Gemara asks like this: Ibailu, ki havi hadarbe. Do we say he would have had charata make kruak suso only from the one of ripping his clothing? Who the havi hadarbe? That one he would have had charata. The dam yalaha, meaning instead of ripping clothing, so now he's ripping the Rolex. Now he's ripping whatever you're giving him, and this is more of a simon. He would have said that this is enough. Or do we say he would have had total charata and he would have said, no, you don't need all three. Rather, this is enough to go ahead and make you into a shota. That was a question. Teku, we're left with a question. We don't know exactly where Rav Huna would have said. Okay. Zakti Gemara. The tumtum v'agroinus. We're going to go through now different psukim of where we know the different peturim that we said in the Mishnah. Remember we said in the Mishnah, hakol chayavin, that everyone has to go and be obligated in Re'iyah. And we said there are exceptions. One of the exceptions, we saw cheresh, shait v'katan, drunkards, all these are things. The Gemara is now going to go through the Lumudim. Tanu Rabbana, zachar lahaitzias anashim. When the pasuk says kol zachurcha, we're going to break up the word to the word zachur itself. Zachur is excluding woman. Why do I have to say kol zachurcha? You could have just said kol zachar. Zachurcha lahaitzi tumtum androgynous. When it says zachurcha, it's coming to exclude tumtum and androgynous. Look at Rashi. Zachar imnem or zachar ein lecha lahaitzi elos anashim. I would have just said only women are exempt. Why did it go extra and say kol zachurcha? That's including that they're part of this exemption because they have a tzad nashim to them, or we're not sure if they have this tzad nashim to them. Yeah, that's what kol zechurcha. Now what do you do with kol zechurcha? Kol zechurcha says the rabbi says aktanim. Kol says all males. That tells us even a zachar who is a katan. Amar, what do you mean? Zachar lahitzias nashim. Right? Zakti Gemara, halama likra. What do I need a pasuk for? First to tell me it's gonna exclude the nashim. Zachorcha tells me even tumtum adragnis. We know there's a klal in Shas. Vazak the klal, lama likra. Why? Mitzvah saseh shezman gramahu. This is a mitzvah shezman grama. You only have to go in certain time periods. And we know the Gemara in Kedushin tells us the mitzvah saseh shezman grama nashim b'turos. Any mitzvah saseh shezman grama, women are pater on. So all of a sudden now I need a special pasuk to teach me that women are pater. Zakimar itzirach, we do need it. Why? I would have thought. Neila for Iriya me Hakel. Remember last time we learned that a drasha from Hakel to Ola Regel, right? So Gemara says, I would think you take this to the next level. Neila for Iriya me Hakel. Mala halo nashim chayavos. Just like by Hakel we said, all women are obligated to come. The entire nation had to come. Afkan nashim. Maybe over here also chayavos, women are obligated. Kamash mala. No, we need a special pasuk. Zechorcha to tell you Zachor lahaitzias anashim in order not to think that we go ahead and make the drasha from Hakel. Okay, Amar Mar. Zechorcha lahaitzi tumtum androgynous. We just said that Zechorcha is coming to exclude tumtum and androgynous. Now, Bishlam adrignis, I understand, and adrignis itzturach. Why? I would think because adrignis we said is someone who has both a tzad zachor and a tzad nekeva. He mamish has both components. So I would think zachros, since he does have this tzad of a male, l'chayev, at least you should be mechayev based on that tzad. Kamash Bala, no. It has to, I need a pasuk to teach me he's not mechayev, right? The birya b'fnei atzmahu. It's coming to teach me don't look at an adrogness like he's a half male, half female. Rather, there's a klal and shas that this is a birya b'fnei atzmo. He's a person all by himself, and b'chlal he's not considered like a tzad zachar. He's not considered a zachar. It's like if a man, a female, and someone by itself. Ella tumtum, but a tumtum is someone who we're not sure. Sveikahu, that's a regular doubt. Do I need to go ahead and have a pasuk to go ahead and have a suffix? It should be like any other suffix. Rashi says that's in the Torah. Look at Rashi. Why would I go ahead and think that you are mechayev in the first place? It's a regular suffix. Why would I overthink over here that should be different than any other suffix that you ever come up with? Now, obviously over here, this is not like a regular suffix. Are you a suffix if you did the mitzvah or not? If you have a suffix you did a mitzvah or not, so you have a suffix deraisa. This is a suffix if you're mechuyev in the mitzvah bechlal. Is this person obligated in the mitzvah? He said that you don't need to go ahead and for sure on the Torah level, you're not going to go ahead and tell me that you are mechuyev. You don't need a pasuk to tell me that this person is mechuyev. This person is a suffix. Zakti Gemara. Zakti Gemara. No, it's a specific case over here. This is not talking about a regular tumtim. He's talking about that the baits of the part of the male body that actually makes him a male is sticking out. And therefore, since a big part of the tzad sakras is sticking out, you would go ahead and think that you're mechayev over here. Kol zechorcha has to tell me that no, you are putter. Amar Mar. Zakti Gemara. Kol zechor chol rabbi says aktanim. We said zechor is zachor. It sounds like zechor. You always have to make the chiluk. We're not going to remember. Zachor, a male, we said is excluding nashim. Zechorcha is excluding a tumtum and androgynous. You would think that maybe tumtum over here you would be mechayev because the baits are outside. Kamashlan your putter. But then we said kol zechorcha means even ketanim. Frakti Gemara, what are you talking about? Amar Mar, Kodchol Rabbi Slaktanim, Vatanya straight up in our Mishnah. Chutz mecheres shaita v'katan. If you look straight in our Mishnah, it says that ketanim are putter. Why do I think over here that you're? What does it mean over here? You're chayiv. Amar Bayaloi Kasha. There's two different types of ketanim. Kan big tam shegila chinuch. Our brisa was talking about a katan that reached the age of chinuch. There, his parents are mechuyev to go ahead and take him to riyas regel. However, this is talking about a katan that was not megillah chinuch. That's our Mishnah. When our Mishnah said a katan is putter, it meant a katan who was not mechuyev in the age of chinuch yet. In fact, the Gemara, katan shegila chinuch derabanani, a katan that's mechuyev, even that is obligated because of chinuch, it's still a derabanan. Here we're talking about deraisas, right? You tell me that a father has to go ahead and bring him mitzad because he's mechuyev. No, chinuch over here on a katan is going to be a din derabanan. Zakti Gemara. Yeah, ein achanami. You're right, it is a derabanan. Vikra asmachta be'ama. This is only an asmachta. We're using this pasuk to give you a little hint that he should go ahead. Okay, but it doesn't mean that it's mamash d'oraisa. Across l'may asa, zakti Gemara. So then, if it's only an asmachta, l'maisa, why does the Torah go ahead and say it? Really, you don't need it then. I mean, you can use asmachta when, okay, we're going to also be darshan it. But you can't use an extra word to tell me an asmachta. Extra word's a real drasha. Zaktimar, you're right. We're going to use kol zechorcha l'cherim. Acherim has another pshat. The Tanya acherim oimrim. Ha-mekametz. Someone who goes ahead, a mekametz is someone who goes ahead, Rashi says, is he takes with his hand the tsoyas aklavim. He goes ahead and he's dealing with feces. Or hametzarif nechoshes, someone who works with copper and he smells because of the copper. The harborsi. A borsi is someone who goes ahead and he deals with leather. All these things are very smelly. Beturin min hariyah. This person is putter from going to for oil regal. Beautiful drasha. Why? Bisham shenemar kol zechurcha. Mi sheyachal la'oleisim kol zechurcha. Only someone who's able to go with all of his other friends, with all the other males. Yatsu elu, excluding this one, she'ena re'uyin la'oleisim kol zechurcha. He's not able to go with everyone else. Why can't he go with everyone else? Look at Rashi. He's not able to go with his friends. Now, if I were to ask you, why can't you go with your friends? Okay, you smell. You have your chi of ola regel, so you go. Shot is, I can't go ahead, my mitzvah ola regel, if it's going to be affecting someone else. That's not okay. Meaning, it has to be Hashem tell me it's only if it's not going to make that other person feel uncomfortable, right? This whole idea that everyone's saying right now that we're not going to shul is not because of ourselves. It's because of Yenim. A Yid is not living in his own bubble. If I'm doing a mitzvah, my mitzvah is affecting you the wrong way, there's something wrong with that. My mitzvah of Ola Regular, could only be coming out when? If it's in a matzav, it's in a way where I'm able to go up with someone else. What a beautiful idea that even though this guy would want to go, he smells. Okay, let me go take care of myself. I don't have to worry about you. Shad is no. But you going ahead and you being a Reach Ra, Rashi says, you're going to mess up everyone else. Beautiful. Okay. The Gemara said, Nashim va'avadim she'enim meshuchrarim. Women and slaves who aren't free. Zakti Gemara. Bishlama Nashim. I understand Nashim Kid Amran. We just spoke it out. Yeah, we just said we had a pasuk that they're pater. Ella avadim minalan. But how do we know an eved is pater? Where do we know that an eved does not have to go be ola regel? Amar Rav Huna, what do you mean the pasuk says? Amar Kra. El Pinei Ha'adon Hashem. The pasuk says, if you look in the side by your psukim, Shalosh Param Bashani Yirah Chozechurcha El Pinei Ha'adon Hashem. You go see your master Hashem. Zati Gemara. The only a person who is a Adon Hashem, Mashe Ein Lo Ela Adon Echad, is only someone who has one master. Yatzazeh Sheyesh Lo Adon Acher. This person has another master. Hashem wants you to have one Adon. I listen to Hashem. Vas the Eibishter Zak. I don't have any other Adon. I have no other master. Only that person goes to Ola Regel, right? On Ashkafa standpoint, who's able to be Ola Regel? Who's able to see the Shekhinah? And when Hashem sees him, that's someone who makes himself an Eved Hashem. He doesn't listen to what anyone else has to say. It's just him and the Eibishter. There's a beautiful Maisa that my Rebbe told me with Rav Chaim Brim. Chaim was a big tzaddik, Zatzal. He lived in Eretz Yisrael. He used to give a chabrura to many of the Bachram and the Mirab Nasan Tzvi. Finkel Zatzal was part of his chabrura. Rav Chaim Brim used to go in every year to Skver. He was the chazan. One year, he's going in with his wife, and his Rebbetzin was a major Baal Samuna Baal B'tachim. And his Rebbetzin used to go ahead and bring fruits, because she wanted the fruits of Eretz Yisrael by the Rosh Hashanah Tish for their Shechianus. One year they're going in, and there was a strict order when you came into America that they had dog sniffing and everything. You can't bring in any fruit from outside. They were afraid that there's some type of infection going on, whatever it is, some type of disease, and you couldn't bring in anything. So Rav Chaim tells you, you should throw the fruit out. They're not going to let you bring it in. It was a massive bag. He says, what do you mean? I'm bringing it in. Says, yeah, but you shouldn't. It's going to throw it out. She says, no, they're not going to throw it out. What do you mean? He goes, Hashem wants, I'm doing this for Hashem. I have one Adain, I have one master. I don't care about no people over there, just the Eibishter. He says, okay. So if Chaim Brim told the Chabura, he said, I was a little embarrassed. She had more b'tachon than me. We're going through customs, and she's holding her bag, and the guy in customs says, excuse me, ma'am, please open your bag. And Rebbetzin Brim in Yiddish tells them, Ich nar had meire von der Eibishter. I only fear Hashem. That's it. Say, excuse me, ma'am, please open up your bag. Ich nar had meire von der Eibishter. I only fear Hashem. This happens 4 times. Of Chaim Brim is like going out of his mind. Please open up your bag. Ich nar had meire von der Eibishter. Next. He said, I saw them, like it made no sense. She did, in her head, there was nothing else. Like Esther, when Achashverosh says, Mi hu zev ezehu, who is the person? Gemara tells us when she was asked who's trying to do this, she starts pointing to Achashverosh. Hashem has to send a malach to go ahead and take her hand away. Because she has said, you ask me a question, I'll answer you. Only fear Hashem. That's it. Yeah, that's what the Gemara means over here. You have to have one Adam. Zok Tehelu Gemara. Halama likra. What do I need to go ahead and have a pasuk for Eved Bechlal? Michti, let us analyze this. Let's take a look. Kol mitzvah she'isha chayeves ba. Every mitzvah we know that a woman is obligated in. Eved chayev ba. So to an Eved chayev. Kol mitzvah she'ena isha chayeves ba. Any mitzvah that a woman is not obligated in. Eina Eved chayeves ba. Eved is also not chayev in. Why? The Gamar lama isha. Because we know we have a drasha. Rashi says, Ksiv hacha v'kasav la in the Varim. Uksiv hasam aychav shalai nasan la. One is talking about by a eved. One is talking about a isha. We make a gzera shava la. Any mitzvah that a woman's mechayevin, a mitzvah say she'enas man grama, and eved's mechayevin. And any mitzvah that she's not mechayev in, Eved's not. What do I need? A special pasuk over here. This is the Gemara that we brought down all the way on Dav Beis Aman Aleph. You know what type of Eved we're saying is pater? Someone who is a half Eved and half Ben Chorin, meaning he was owned by two people. One guy freed him. That type of Eved is going to go ahead and be a Daikanami. Also makes sense. The Kani, if you look at our Mishnah, it says Nashim Avadim She'enam Meshurcharim. A woman and a slave who's not free. What does that mean? A slave who's not free? If someone's a slave, isn't by definition he's not free? If you say he's not free at all, avadim stama, then just say that he's an eved. Yeah, listen. So you have to go ahead and tell me. Rather, vasmein that you're not meshachar at all. Why? Because you are a shtickle slave. Misha chetzia eved, v'chetzia ben chorin. Who is this? Misha chetzia eved, chetzia ben chorin. Okay, that's why you need a special drasha. Adon zeh, but he shouldn't have any adon acher. So back to our shkafa point. Let's say a guy says, I listen to mostly what Hashem says, but I also have my own other zachen. No. That guy's putter from Re'iyah also. You have to be a complete Evet Hashem without any chetzis involved. Zog di Gemara, Shma Mina. Let's see from here that this is a very good proof that a chetzi Evet chetzi mechorin is taka putter. Now the Gemara said, said in our Mishnah, Chigar v'asuma v'chola v'azaken. Someone who's lame, someone who's blind, someone who is a sick person or a zaken does not have to go. Look at our Tani Rabbanan. The Rabbanan ha bin gelarid. We say regalim. We have the pasuk at the bottom. Shalish regalim tachagili bashana. 3 regalim. You should go ahead and make a chag for me. What is regalim coming to exclude? Prat lebali kavin. That is coming to exclude someone who has wooden feet, like we had earlier on Daf Gimel. Regalim, only someone who has real feet, but not someone who has fake feet. Davar acher regalim. Where you have to be able to walk with your feet. Prat lechiger ulachayla, coming to exclude a lame, a sick, ulasuma, ulazaken. Why? She'eda yachal las baragla. These type of people are not able to go ahead and walk with their own feet. In fact, the Gemara, a very obvious question. I already told you a chiger. I already told you someone who can't walk. What do I need this concept of someone who's not able to walk? Who's that including? It's coming to exclude someone who is a mefunik. A mefunik is someone who's very sensitive. Rashi says, look at top Rashi. He's not able to go without shoes. Yeah, the ain adam nichnas lahar bayis benalo. We know a person is not allowed to go into har bayis with shoes, like Moshe Rabbeinu is told by Hashem when he comes to the sneh. Sal na alecha me'arag lecha. Take off your shoes. There can't be any separation between your feet and your shoes. Dechsev mi bikezois miyedchem ramos chatzarai. Yeah, who's going to go ahead and trample on my chutzah? You can't go ahead and walk with shoes. Now, the Kabbalistic or machshava point of shoes represents an animal, right? Shoes come from leather. And when we wear shoes, there's almost like a separation between us and the floor. It's our animalistic side. Now, ideally, it represents that we're supposed to be in control of our animalistic side. We're standing over our shoes. That's what the Maral says happens when we take our shoes and we dafka, make it out of leather, and we walk over it. It's showing control, the seichel over the nefesh bahamas. However, when you go onto the Makam HaMikdash, there is no nefesh bahamas. It's just a place of pure kedusha, and we want the full connection between you and Hashem. So a mefunik, someone who goes ahead and gets very sensitive, he doesn't have to. When you go ahead and you come before me, who is this over here that's going to trample on my chutzner? What does that mean? With your shoes, you shouldn't go ahead and wear shoes in the Makam HaMikdash. Zok Tehele Gemara Tana, we learned. Ha'arel v'hatame p'turim min ha'riyah. Let's say someone does not have a bris or he is tameh. He is putter for me. He doesn't have to go be oila regel. Bishlama tameh. I understand that tameh does not have to go dichsiv. The pasuk says uvasa shama vivasam shama. You have to be able to go over there in order when you bring the carbon. And what do we say? Koshe yeshna b'via. Anyone who's in the matziv of coming, you're yeshna b'via. You're able to come because you're tahar. Yeshna b'ava. Only he is the one who has to bring a carbon. The koshe eno b'via. Anyone who's not in a situation where he's able to come because he is tameh. Eno b'ava. He does not have to go ahead and bring a carbon. Therefore, he has no chiyav ola regel. Ella aral minallah. And how do we know that someone doesn't have a bris, that he is putter from bringing a carbon? Zadi Gemara Hamani. There's a certain Tana. Who is this Tana? Rabbi Akiva. This is the Halik Tana Rabbi Akiva. The Mirabe la Arel B'tama. Because he goes ahead and he makes a riboy and arel, someone's uncertain who doesn't have a bris, to someone who's tameh. The Tanya, Rabbi Akiva Omer. Rabbi Akiva says, Ish, the pasuk says, this is referring to by tzeras, or someone who's a zav, yeah? This is referring by tzeras to someone who's a zav, that l'rabbis esa'arel. This is coming to include someone who is also does not have the bris. So we see over here when it says ish twice, even though it's talking about someone who is tameh, Rabbi Akiva goes ahead and says, this is also nichlal, someone who is an arel. Okay, Zot the Gemara weiter. Zot the Gemara weiter. Tan Rabbanan. Tamei pater ben Uriah dechsivu vasa shama vasa shama. Kosha yesh b'bia yesh b'ava. Kosha any b'bia any b'ava. The drush that we just saw. Anyone who is shayach in bia coming to the Makam HaMikdash, he has to bring a carbon. Someone who's not mechuyev who's not able to go ahead because he's tamei does not have to bring a carbon bichlal. It means that he's pater. Zot the Gemara. Rabbi Yochanan ben Davai Omer, Misham Rabbi Yehuda, Suma be'achas me'enav. If someone's blind with one eye, we also had this earlier. Pater min ha'riyah, shenemar yera yireh, k'derech sheba lirois, kach ba lirois. The same way you're getting seen by Hashem, we make the drasha yera. The same, because remember it's written yira, but we read it yera. You're coming to be seen. Just like Hashem, when he sees you full gazut to hate with two eyes. So too, when you're going to see Hashem, only people who are mechuyev to go are people who could see with two eyes. Yira, keder shabalir. The same way you come to be seen by Hashem, kach balira. So too, you should come to see Hashem. Ma baliras b'shtei einav. Just like Hashem looks at you with two eyes, afliras b'shtei einav. So too, you mechuyev to see him with two eyes. So suma ba'achas is gonna be exempt. Okay, so we went through over here the different exemptions. We spoke about the nashim, avadim, ketanim, tumtum, drunkenness. We added the people, the borsi, the people who deal with leather, the people who deal with kametz, who deal with fertilizer, the mitzarif, if you deal with tanning. Then we spoke out the chiger, chayla, suma, the zaken. We said, what about someone who can't walk? Who's that including? He can't walk because he's sensitive. That's misha ina yachal, lilas beraglov. And then we said also arelana tameh. They're also included on people who are a putter. That was Rabbi Akiva because he darshins ish. These those talking about a tuma. Ish is also being coming to include someone who is an arel. He doesn't have a bris. And finally, we said suma ba'achas because the drasha that we had earlier that you are a putter as well because you can't see Hashem with two eyes. And just like Hashem sees you with two eyes, you're supposed to see the Eibishter with two eyes. Okay, Gemara now has over here a little bit of Agadata, some beautiful Agadata. Zok the Heliga Gemara. Rav Huna kimati lahaikra. When Rav Huna would reach the following pasuk, the pasuk says yira, the drasha that we just made. Bachi, he would cry. Amar, he said to himself, Evet sherapa mitzava le'leroisai. An Eved who wants to go ahead and see his master. Why? Because he can still see, he has one eye. But yet, the pasuk says, no, Yisrachik mimenu. Hashem is going ahead and he says, I want you away. When you come over to my chutzner, Hashem says, who is this that's coming over here to trample my chutzner? The pasuk we brought up earlier, this would make him cry. Yeah, when you read a pasuk, I have a Rebbe would say, sometimes you should read a pasuk and it should touch you. You ever read a pasuk that makes you cry? You ever read a pasuk that makes you laugh? Yeah, you're reading a pasuk about Mashiach. You're reading a pasuk in Psuki de Zimra. Rav Daniel Kalish, he was giving a shir the other day, and he said he got stuck on a pasuk in Psuki de Zimra. He was reading a pasuk, and he got stuck there for like 10 minutes. He said, can I go by? The pasuk touched him. Yeah, when we read Sukkah, we go through Psuki de Zimra, look at the English sometimes, try to understand it, think about it. What does it mean? What does it mean, the pasuk that you're reading? Your mom should take you somewhere. So Rav Huna would go ahead, and you would reach this pasuk, this would go ahead and cause them to cry. Okay. Zakti Gemara. Rav Huna kimati lahaikra. Rav Huna reached the following pasuk he would cry. He would cry. It says, "V'zavachta shlamim v'chalta sham." The pasuk says that you're going to bring shlamim, you're going to eat it over there, which means that we want to go ahead and bring shlamim. Zakti Gemara. Evet shirabai mitzapay lecha shechanai. Rav Huna said you have an evet who he wants to go ahead. His master wants him to eat by his table. Yisrachik mimenu. How could the other now go ahead and say, I don't want you? Dichsiv, lama li roizav avchem yomer Hashem. Hashem says, why do you give me so many karbanos? Lama li roizav avchem. I don't need so much of your karbanos. Meaning, at first, it sounds like Hashem said he wanted them. But then Hashem says, I'm sorry, thanks, but no thanks. Lama li roizav avchem. Because of your averis, Hashem says, I don't want them. That pasuk, go ahead and get him to cry. Go back. I just realized. Go back to the pasuk. Eved sherav etzafalei lirois is not that the Eved wants to be seen. The master wants to be seen. The master wants to see him. And still Hashem says, don't come. I don't want you trampling my chutzner. Meaning, first it sounds like Hashem wants us, but then it sounds like, thanks, but no thanks. That was the pasuk. Not because the Eved wanted to be seen and Hashem didn't want it. It was a change in Hashem's attitude. So both these psukim first show Hashem wants. First it says, Balir, come, I want to see you. Then Hashem says, thanks, but no thanks. You're trampling on my chutzner. And so too over here, Hashem says, I want your kabbanos. But then he goes ahead and says, no, Lamli Rezavavchem, I don't need your kabbanos. Zakti Gemara, Rabbi Lezer, Kimati the Haikra Bachi. Rabbi Lezer would cry when you reach the following pasuk. The pasuk says by Yosef and his brothers, La Yachlu Echav Lanis Esaikitim Halami Panav, that the brothers are standing in front of Yosef, and Yosef says, Ani Yosef. And the brothers can't talk. They're mamish embarrassed. They're shocked. Their whole life, they thought they did the right thing. Can you imagine? Until now, the brothers thought they had the right cheshbon. They thought that Yosef was a Mori b'Malchus. He was going against Yehuda. And they thought they were in the right. And they thought they were good. And now Yosef shows them in 1 second, all your cheshbonos were wrong. The dreams came true. They couldn't answer him. If this is the teichacha of a person of human flesh, when he just says the words Ani Yosef, they can't talk. When it's a come time for Hashem, Hashem's going to say, the Brisker Rav would say, Hashem going to say one word, Ani Hashem. And every svara, every taina that you had, the reason why we couldn't learn so much, the reason why you couldn't give so much tzedakah, the reason why we said that I didn't go ahead and accomplish all that I could have done. Hashem's going to say, really? I'm Hashem. What's all your excuses? Let's see right now if your excuses hold up. Let's see if you had those same excuses when it came to money. When you said, I'm not feeling well, I have a little headache, I'm not going to work today. Or then did you push it through? Only by your chavrusa and your share, you didn't. The words Ani Yosef was a musar of what it means Ani Hashem. That's when he would cry. Rabbi Lezer kimati lahaikra bachi. Rabbi Lezer would cry by the following pasuk. It says Shmuel wanted to go. Shmuel was paged by Shaul. But Yom Shmuel Shaul Lamar hirgazni lahalisaysi. Why did you go ahead and you bother me? So this is a beautiful story where beautiful. You see the connection between Shaul and Shmuel, but Shaul needed Shmuel's help. And he went over to call him back from Shemayim. Shmuel was very afraid of Din. Anu alachas kama v'kama. How much more so do we see from us? Now, how do we see over here that Shmuel was afraid of din? Shmuel got called by Shaul. Shaul needed help. He needed answers. So he called Shmuel. How do we see that Shmuel was afraid of din? The Gemara says, Shmuel mahi. The pasuk says, V'atomer isha el Shaul elihim re'isi olam. This woman who was helping Shaul contact the dead says, I see there's a big person coming down from the other world. He says, he's coming down to you now. Zagdi Gemara says, but if you look at the word Oilim, it should have said Oila. Who was coming with Shmuel? Zagdi Gemara, Oilim Trei Mashma. Oilim means that there were two people coming. Chad Shmuel ve'idach. Shmuel was coming down because Shaul called him, and someone else. By the way, you see from here also the connection between a Rebbe and a Talmud, that when Shaul needed something, even though Shmuel is an Oilim MS, Shmuel left everything to go ahead and help Shaul. And Shaul in a way was wrong. This is because he got in trouble he chased David. He was losing the Malucha. But still, a Talmud knows when he needs his Rebbe, the Rebbe is always there for him. But who is the other guy? Shmuel came and he brought Moshe Rabbeinu with him. Amar le. Why? Shmuel said to Moshe Rabbeinu, Dilma chas v'shalom ledina mizbaini. Maybe chas v'shalom I'm being called over there because there's going to be a new din on me. Maybe look, it's just showing that I did something wrong, and therefore I'm being called back now by Shaul Melech. Zalti Gemara kumbadei. Yes, Moshe Rabbeinu, please you leave the Olam HaEmes also and come down with me. The lekka milsa dechisafta be'oraisa. Because you could be made that there's nothing in your Torah that I didn't keep. I want you as my lawyer to be my me the whole time. Lamaisa, what do we see from here? We see that Shmuel was afraid. Once Shmuel thought as he was being paged and he might have a din on him, he said, I need help. And he needed Moshe Rabbeinu to come help him. He pulled him out from the Olam HaEmes. Now, Zakti Gemara, Shmuel, who kept Kala Terakula, you were afraid of your judgment? Ay Gewalt. What's going to be said on us? Who are not on Shmuel's level, obviously, of our judgment. Sometimes we think we're doing good. I'm good. I'm doing my learning. I'm doing my davening. I'm okay. Yet Shmuel Hanavi was not satisfied with that. Zogdi Gemara, Revi Ami, Kimati Lihaikra Bachi. Rev Ami would cry when you reach the following pasuk. The pasuk says, Yitain ba'afar piu ulai yesh tikva. Maybe if they put dust in their mouth, maybe then there's going to be tikva. Yesh tikva. Yeah, maybe then there's going to be help. There's a pasuk in Eicha. Zogdi Gemara, Zogdi Rev Ami. What do you mean they're doing such tshuva? They're putting dust in their mouth. Piu, Amar, Kuli Haiva Ulai. Only all this that they're doing, they're willing to go ahead and have all this saris. They're putting dust, disgusting things in their mouth. And what does the pasuk say? Ulai yesh tikva. Only after they tshuva like that, there's only a maybe. Gewalt, how sincere, how severe was those chetayim? So that was a pachat to him, and he would start crying. Rav Ami. Rav Asi, Rav Ami, Rav Asi were always together. Rav Asi kimati lahaikra bachi. Rav Asi would cry by the following pasuk, a pasuk in Amos. What does the pasuk say? Sinu Rav Evay Toiv. V'hatzigu bashar mishpat. Ulai yichanin Hashem l'keit tzavakos. If you hate Ra, Sinu Ra, v'ayavay Toiv, and you love good, v'hatzigu bashar mishpat, and you go ahead and you set up Shari Mishpat in your life and in your communities, then maybe Hashem will go ahead and have compassion on you. What do you mean, Ulai? I'm doing so much. I'm hating Ra now. I am loving Mishpat. I'm loving good. And this is still a Ulai. That would go ahead and make him cry when he understood the severity of Chatayim. Zadi Gemara, Rav Yosef would cry. Rav Yosef kimatei lahaikra bachi. Rav Yosef would cry by the following pasuk. This is a fascinating pasuk, and this is going to take us till the next Gemara. Zogdi Gemara, the next Amud. The Yesh Nispa Belai Mishpat. This is a pasuk in Mishlei. What does that mean? There is people who go ahead and they get judged without any mishpat. The Yesh Nispa Belai Mishpat. Amar, he would say, Mi Ika de Azil Belai Zimne. Is there anyone to go ahead? Is anyone? So Bachi, sorry, he would cry. He would cry when he gets to this pasuk. Why? Because he would say, "Miika de azu b'loy zimna," and yes, ki hadira bibi ba'armi, because there was a story of Bibi Be'armi. He used to have interesting friends visiting him, and one of the people who come visit him was the Malach HaMaves, the angel of death himself, none other Malach HaMaves. He would go ahead and visit him. Zakti Gemara. Amar Lei l'shluchei. He once said to his little messenger, his little friend that he had, the Malach HaMaves also has helpers, and he says, Zil Aisi li Miriam Migdalta Seir Neshaya. Please go bring to me Miriam. Rashi says, Harag es Miriam Hamakela Seir Hanashim. There's a lady who's a sheitomacher. She makes women's hair braids. Go ahead and bring me her. Meaning it's time. Her life is over. Go kill her. Okay. Ozal, he went. I see Miriam migadle deratike, but he went and he brought the wrong Miriam. He brought the Miriam who is a school teacher. She had a Gane Miriam, and she brought the wrong one. He said, "Oops." Zakti Gemara, Amar Le. The Malach said to Malach HaMaves, "Ana Miriam migadle seir neshaya Amar Lach." I said to you, go bring me Miriam migadle seir. And what did you do? Amar Lei, he said to him, he said, okay, oops, ihachi ahadre, I'll go back. She only had a heart attack. That's why I killed her, whatever it was. I'll go ahead and I'll bring her back. Like the Gemara, he said, no. Once you already took her, let her be part of my counting. Pella ployim. That means that this person seemingly went below mishpat. Yeah? Now the Gemara is going to ask, Lamaisa, in the end of the day, how are you able to go ahead and do that? What does that pasuk mean? You can have a judge without mishpat. We know everything was ashkacha pratis. No one's allowed to go ahead and no, Hashem doesn't kill anyone before their time. Nothing happens to someone before their time. What is this whole story? How do we understand the story? Which is a reason why Rav Yosef was crying. That Rav Yosef ben Mati was crying that the Malach HaMaves was able to go ahead and kill the wrong person. So this we're going to see tomorrow. The Gemara goes through exactly what happened, how this was able to occur. Okay, beautiful Daf Dalit. Let's go ahead and just do a little bit of Tomer Devara, that sefer that we started. We did the Hakdama last time. Now we're going to go through the first one of the 13 midos. Mikel Kamaycha. Moira al hayos HaKadosh Baruch Hu Melech Ne'elav. These words, Mikal Kamecha, is showing how much Hashem is able to withstand. He's the king who's Nelav, who gets like embarrassed. Soivel Elbain, and yet he still is Soivel everything. He's a Soivel any type of negativity that people have towards him. Mashaloi yichileo rayon, to the point we can't even imagine. We don't know how much Hashem puts up with. Yeah, we're constantly saying, Hashem, why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this in the world? He says, let me explain to you what Hashem puts up with. Hare, ein davar nistar me'ashichasai v'li safek. We just said, which is our question now in the Gemara, that there is nothing that happens in the world which is not pure hashkacha. There is nothing that goes on which Hashem doesn't know about. No davar nistar. The oid. Furthermore, ein rega shelo yiyeh ha'adam nizayin u'miskayim mikayach elyon ashoifa alav. There is not 1 second. There is not 1 second that a person is not being nizayin, does not have food, is not really food, does not have energy, or does not have any capabilities at any moment that's in his life that's not from Hashem. Every single time you go ahead and you're alive, it's because Hashem's saying live, live, live. Not only that, Hashem's telling you at this moment, here should grow, if you're zochah to have. Hashem's saying you should hear. It's not that you were created once, like you put in the app store and now it's good. Okay, I created the app, body, now it goes. No, it's constant. It has to be being programmed every second. But not only that, every cell of your body has to be constant. Hashem is telling every cell in your body now, go, go, go. Every atom, every molecule, every part of you is only in existence now. Why? Because Hashem said, right now I want this to function. This is what Rav Moshe Cordovera says, right? The Rizal's Rebbe, that's who wrote the Tomer Devara. Sagt der Devara, va'oid, va'arei timtza, shemei oilam loichata adam negdai. Anytime a person does a chet Hashem, shelo yober osa rega mamish, it wasn't at that same moment, shofa shefa kiyumus no asevarev. Hashem was giving you kochas to go against him. Yeah? Imagine, you walk outside, someone's breaking your car. He has a spoon. He's messing up your car, scratching it. He's breaking a little window, the mirror. You go up to him and say, can I help you with that? Here, take a bat. There you go. You're helping him as you're breaking your car. So as a person starts to do an avera with his lips, he doesn't say lashon hara. He says, guess what that person said about you? Say rechilas. As the moment that he's talking, Hashem is enabling him to speak. Hashem is saying tongue talk. He's giving kochas for everything. But also rega mamish shofa shev kibbutz no zevarav. If Hashem wouldn't be giving him any koch at that moment, he would say, it proved paralyzed. Couldn't talk. A person would not be able to move if Hashem wouldn't allow it. Hashem is being soivel, this busha, this embarrassment, this insultingness. Because he has to go and enable him to be alive, because that's his choice. Hashem gave a person bechira. He's going to hope that he's going to do tshuva, but he's enabling to hurt him. At the same time that he's doing an avera, he's given the ability to do it and to get him angry. And Hashem allows it to happen. Hashem allows it to happen. He gives you the scissors. You need a bigger one. Cut my suit. Cut my Irani suit. Oh, here, Kindalach, you're drawing on the wall. Let me give you paint to go ahead and mess up my house. Whatever it is that you want to do to destroy me, sure, Hashem is soivel. Don't say chas Hashem. Hashem made him and you can't stop him. If Hashem wants, he could turn your hands into stone and your feet like happened to your Ravim. Stop, paralyzed, can't move. Isha's light turned to a pillar of salt. If Hashem wants, can't do anything. The im calls that nevertheless, and even though Hashem has the ability, the koach, to be lahachsir, take it away. He could have said, this is what you're doing. Go ahead and do your own averis. What do I have to help you for? That's not what Hashem does. Hashem says, I am not going to go ahead and hold back any tov from you. At this moment, I'm going to be giving you life. At this moment, I'm going to give you good. And he keeps on giving him the guy who's doing an avera. He keeps on giving him good. At the same moment, he's giving enjoyable taste buds as he's eating his non-kosher. At the same moment, he's giving his body pleasure as he's doing an avera. This is such a patience. This is such a savlanus that you can't imagine. You can never explain it for your life. What is one of the nicknames that they give to Malachi Hasharis, LaKadosh Baruch Hu? Melech Olav. You're the king of Olav who gets disgraced, who gets embarrassed. That's they call him. Why? Because he's a king who goes ahead and enables all people to basically walk all over him. You ever hear that say, don't let anyone walk all over you? Well, Hashem does. Hashem lets people walk all over him. The Hainu Amru, that's what these three words mean. Mi kel kamoicha. You know who is like you? Not just because you're so strong, you're so powerful. Who is like you, who's able to give so much and yet be walked upon? Atakel bal chesed hametiv. You're the ultimate God who gives and who's good. Kel bal koyach linkoim lesav shalach. If you want, you're the kel, that same power who can take anything you want at any moment and punish anyone. The im calls that, but with all this, you have patience. You know why? So the person's gonna do tshuva. I'll take the hit now. Yes, that kid in my class is really, really ruining my shir now, but I have to be a soivel. I'm looking long term. Yes, my brother is really bothering me now, but I'm going to let it go. I'm going to look long term. This is what he said earlier. We have to be doimet Hashem. You want to be kadosh. You want to really be tzalel lakim. It means to be like Hashem, to be a sovel. Stop saying that you always have to have everyone have the exact midas hadin. They did this to me. I'm going to get them back. They didn't invite me to my wedding. I'm inviting me to their wedding. Relax. The guy knocked at the door at 2:00 in the morning. He woke me up. He called me so late. Be a sovel. The midah that a person has to go ahead and act with. Ritzoni hasavlanas is to be a savlan. To be such a nelav, to be such a person who can get embarrassed, even to this level, where you go ahead and you can give someone something, they're going to use that against you. They're going to take the money which you lent them to hire a lawyer to sue you. We would say, you chutzpaniak. Hashem says, okay. V'im kozeh, lo yesef tovaso b'makabel. You should still not stop giving good. That same person comes and says, "Can I have some more money?" Sure. When you do that, when you overcome to such a level, changing worlds, that's a game changer. Then Hashem says, me and you, Ata Kadosh, B'Shimcha Kadosh, you're Kadosh, and your name is Kadosh. And your Kadoshim praise you every day. Who the Kadoshim? That's us. But when are we Kadosh? When we're Doimet Hashem. To compare to Hashem means to let go, let it go, to let things go, especially when someone goes ahead and really hurts you or they bother you, but more so when they do it in a way where you feel like the mamash went against you, mamash chutzpah. If you go ahead and you can be civil to that madriga, to that level, that's what Talmud Devar says. You're able to enter this realm of mi kel kamaycha. You're entering the realm of being similar to Hashem, of the Shlosh Esrei Midos, which goes ahead and brings such bracha in our life, such protection. We should all be zelcha. Yeshua.